Hello guys, Leo here from Quotes and Posters, talking to you about this quote here. Whoever thinks money can do everything may also do everything for money. Right, so money is such important thing in life, isn't it? Because without money, literally you're screwed. Without money, you can't do nothing in your life. You just feel like stuck, I don't know, have you ever noticed, it's quite interesting how psychology, money plays a big role in our minds, right? Because I've been through some periods in my life where I was unemployed and jobless, and I had this pressure to pay the rent. And man, it just feels like a time clock, like a time bomb, where man you just feel like deprived if you don't have a job, and if you don't have money in your bank account. It's almost like you feel like you lost a part of yourself, like you lost a kidney or you lost a leg. You just basically feel crippled, which is quite quite an interesting thing to actually realize from your psychologist. So it's almost like money is a part of your body, is a member of your body, right? And they have this they have also this interesting joke that they say that the money, the more yeah, they have a quote which is the most sensitive body, the most sensitive part, the most sensitive body part of someone is the wallet. Which is true, in a sense. It's true, because without money you die. You literally die without money, which is quite sad actually, right? So I mean, and you can also be very unhappy if you have a lot of money, because money will bring you other problems in life, if you're not so smart about it, because money will bring people around you who will want to take a little piece of yourself, which is like another thing that you really should be very careful if you become rich one day, because also it's very easy for you to lose your money and to spend all your money and if you don't have the right values, if your mind is poisoned by the values of society, because society just basically says that you should spend, society wants to trick you, that you should like spend your money, and you should like buy stuff that you don't actually need, like this poster, for example. And it's just complicated to navigate through life, and the relationship between people and money is always a complicated. It is always a problem. Money is always like a very sensitive subject, and a very sensitive thing in any discussion. If you try to negotiate something, or like negotiate a salary with someone, it's something that it's always a complicated discussion. And money basically is the solution and and the creation of all our problems. Actually, that's an interesting quote. I should also make a quote with this one. Money is the solution and the creation of all, is the creation and the solution of all our problems, because it's true, you know, and it's a paradox. Money is a big paradox. It is a big paradox. And you know, it's so funny, there's that song from Pink Floyd which says money, and the lyrics of the song is really amazing. It's a really smart one, you know, because it can be something like never ending, like the quest for money on some people, it can be totally never ending. Then I think, like, when you grow older and you get wiser, and you see that many of your dreams they didn't realize, or things that you thought would happen actually didn't happen as you thought they would. You see that money is not everything, right? And you start to realize that maybe when you realize that you're old enough and you might not get rich, or you might not be able to be rich in your life, then you start to value less, you know, materialism and these things, and you start to live a much more simpler life, you know. Don't need to buy the latest gadgets. Don't need, for what? Why are you gonna buy your iPhone anyway? To take more photos of yourself to put on social media that nobody cares about you? Well, I mean, everybody's fake and everybody's just doing this for their own self, you know. It just doesn't. You just realize that this is all bullshit. In the end of the day, you just realize that nothing. Money, having a lot of money, just doesn't make much sense, right? So, and also other things is that money is a very controversial, very paradoxical topic, because some people, they just manage to get a lot of money without even trying, because money is not the end goal. Because for the very successful people, and you notice that's why I noticed, like, some people from Silicon Valley, these entrepreneurs, like, they create something, they create an app like Instagram, for example, and they sold to Facebook for 1 billion, and they had enough money to retire and live an amazing life the rest of their lives, and they didn't. Why didn't they retire with their money? Why did they keep as working at Instagram, following? And because they just love it, you know. They did it for passion. They're passionate about the cause. They have a cause, they have a vision, and that's the thing, you know. When you have a vision and you want to do something, you're not thinking much about the money. You're thinking about your vision, because you want the best thing, and then later you're thinking about the money, you know. I mean, later the money comes automatically. Later you don't think about the money. Like, if you have a vision, you just follow your vision, follow your passion, and then suddenly money just finds a way of coming. Because when you have a talent and you have passion and you can provide something to the world that is great, and then the world is willing to pay for that, then the money will come, right? The money will come. So that's something like really interesting, like really one of these big paradox of money. But at the same time, you have to really be smart, you know, because you don't want to be tricked. Like, for example, imagine like you have a vision about something and you're doing a great work, you're achieving mastery at something, and then a lot of people are going to approach you, like especially people with different intentions in life, with different schemes, like big corporations. They might approach you, they might want to make collaborations with you and sign contracts with you because you're so special, you're so gifted, and you're giving all your passion and commitment to the world, and then they have these lawyers which find ways of ripping you off, which happens in a lot of cases, right? So you gotta, and then suddenly you're just there, forced to do something that used to be your passion, but then suddenly you see that all these people are getting the most out of you, they're getting rich because of you, because of your talent, and this starts to mess with your psychology, and you start to get depressed, and then suddenly you're not just happy doing this anymore, right? And I think this I think that this happened also in many cases, especially in artists. You see this happening where artists they are just not happy. They're just doing, maybe sometimes they even have to record an album because it's in the contract, but they don't want to do it, right? And they just have to do it, and you see that the album sucks because of that, because you don't feel their passion as much as you felt in the beginning, so yeah, money can be a drag. It can be great and it can be a drag, and I think society and the world and people haven't found a way to actually deal with money in healthy ways, and that's why we have so much trouble in the world, and we have so much war and conflicts, and you see really crazy things happen. You see like people literally kill without remorse for money, so yeah, and the most interesting thing is that money is just an invention, right? Money by itself has no value. What do have value is work, is labor, right? So this has value, which is something crazy, right? How our society were able to create something and then create a currency and create this mechanism where we can exchange goods, but then we actually set value, and people set value on things based on the market, and the way they manage to actually manipulate you to create value on things that in other societies doesn't have any value. So this is the most crazy thing about it, right? Because, for example, anything can have completely different values that they have today if we just change our minds, and if we just change our perception on things. And this is the biggest, craziest paradox about money. Money by itself means nothing, and also our life and our environment also means nothing. So in that sense, you could eliminate everything from your life, and basically all you need is food, shelter, and some clothes to wear, to protect you from the protect you from the sun, protect you from the winter. Yeah, so I mean, the things that you need in life to have a good life are very few things. And then society, the way how we developed, is we created this bunch of things and we attributed value to those things, and people start valuing those things because we created a manipulation. Society by itself has manipulated itself to create value out of nothing. Create value out of nothing, right? And then you're going deep into the rabbit hole, because you see, can you imagine living a life deprived from anything apart from the basics that you need to live? No entertainment, no television, no drugs, no gadgets, no technology. Imagine living a life with nothing. Imagine living a life with food and shelter, basic clothes to protect you, and mattress, or maybe mattress. Otherwise, it would be really hard to sleep on the floor, right? That's how we used to live in prehistorically, and we used to hunt. We used to hunt. Now imagine that instead of hunting, imagine that you pursue your job. You have a job that you gotta do, right? And you do this job, whatever it is, you get your salary, and your salary is able to provide you with enough money to live your life with the most basic things. And because you're living your life in the most basic way possible, no restaurants, no drinking, no alcohol, no TV, no electronics, nothing, emptiness, just basic electricity so you can actually see through the night where your bed is. Imagine that. Does someone ever lives like this? Buying food only in the grocery, in the supermarket, having a basic tool to cook your food every day, and no fancy food, just basic food, just the stuff you basically need to survive. Basic food, meat, chicken, grains, eggs, this kind of stuff. No soda, no drinking soda, no beer, nothing. So imagine living this kind of life for the rest of your life, and then imagine how much money you would accumulate through your life if you live like this. And you can have an amazing life. You can have a happy life because you don't need anything else. But you know what is the most interesting thing about society? Why didn't we why didn't we live like that? Why did we evolve? So actually, let's think about evolution. Why human beings, they evolve? Why they are not like ordinary animals that just live for millennia? They live the same way as they used to before. Why do we evolve as a society? What makes us different from the other animals? What made us become what we were? It's, in my opinion, it's consciousness. We were provided with consciousness and intelligence, and this consciousness gave us somehow the ability to think and to invent and to create. And because of that, because our power to create, we were able to create everything in this world. We were able to create a religion. We were able to create weapons, hunting weapons that we could hunt faster. And then we were able to create and design societies and create wars and mechanisms of wars and protection between tribes. And we were able to create countries and everything else that we have now. Just because of the basic ability that we have to create, that set us apart from other animals. But maybe one day we realize that our creativity is self-sabotaging us. And then maybe one day we go back to ground zero and we just realize that we don't need anything that we create to actually have a good life. Maybe that could be a part of evolution in the future. I think that would be maybe a very smart way of saying things. Do you think we, as human beings, species, we are going to be able to reach that level of understanding? That whatever we are now seeking means nothing. That we are not supposed to seek for anything, and we're not supposed to seek for the truth. We're just here to live our lives, and to get a good life is, we don't need to do nothing. We don't need to do anything to get a good life. I think this is a very advanced thinking, and probably our society will never be able to reach this level of thinking, that we don't need anything, that if we get just the basic stuff that makes us living, makes us being able to live our lives, and we ignore all the rest, we will have a better life than the life that we have today. Think about that for a second. Think about that for a second. And reflect about that. And please let me know in the comments below what you think. If you think I'm stupid or if you think it makes some sense what I'm saying. So, thank you very much for watching. Here you go. Whoever thinks money can do everything may also do everything for money. And see you soon. Bye.